Welcome back to Football Fundis, everyone, and we'll cut straight to the chase. Lionel Messi wants to leave Barcelona. The romance might be ending. But hey, this is not a development which started just last night. There's been something going on under the scenes since Bartomeu took over in 2014 after the Neymar scandal. That Luis Enrique came over, won everything possible in his first season, did take away the media scrutiny, but since his departure, we've had these issues again. It's all burst into Valverde sacking in January, the social media gate scandal about apparently discrediting the club's popular players and out of ex-players and voices, right? Sharang, quickly tell us why we are here where Messi has decided to leave Barcelona.
All right, so this is happening not only because of 8-2 demolition of Bayern Munich. I think this is happening, as you correctly mentioned, for the last few years with all the sacking, with all the expectations on the players. It's happening when Messi is going to a Camp Nou and he's telling the fans on the mic that Champions League is coming back to Barcelona, and everything that is surrounding the support staff, the fans have not been happy for so many years. And Barcelona is a club where you need to minimum win 2 trophies to have a decent season. So we get knocked out in the Copa del Rey, we get knocked out, we lose to Real Madrid once again, we got demolished by Bayern Munich. So I think 3 of those trophies and the way we got out and the way we start losing, I think that builds a lot of question marks as a football club on the field, but off the field as well. Things have not been going right for the last few years.
Abhishek, I'll just come to you. He mentioned rightly that things have not been going right off the field as well, but the club has kind of seen it coming. The management, you can say, has seen it coming, right? They've sanctioned the signings of Dembele, Griezmann, Coutinho. Those players have come in. Tell me about the transfer strategy to overcome these issues, but not working out in long term.
It's actually bad luck if you ask me, because at the time of them signing Griezmann and Dembele, they were world-class signings. It's a bit like, I hate to bring in a United reference, but it's a bit like the Sancho saga, right? He's being touted as the brightest young talent in global football. Ousmane Dembele was no different to 1 year or 2 years back when Barca did get him. So I just think it's down to bad luck. My bigger worry for this Barcelona side is its over-dependency and over-reliance on Leo Messi. Right, we've seen time and again that without Leo Messi, Barca don't look half the side that they are with him. And I think now with Messi saying that he wants to leave, I think this transformation gets so much more exciting and interesting for other clubs and for fans of other sporting clubs. Because I personally think that the foundation of Barca's success over the last decade, right from Pep Guardiola till last season, has been one player, which is Leo Messi. That they've had the Suarez's and the Xavi Iniestas. I'm not discounting their contribution at all. But the kind of success that they've enjoyed has been down to Leo Messi. And I think the bigger saga here is Messi wanting to leave. It's not so much about Griezmann having flopped or about Dembele having flopped or about their transfer strategy. I think the biggest thorn or the biggest thing that they need to deal with now is Leo Messi. And this could be a bad blow for this Barcelona side if he does exit.
100%, because Ronald Koeman incoming right now. He was offered the job in January as well, by the way, along with the likes of Xavi. But they both turned it down that time because they saw this coming. Poor old Setien was just a scapegoat, right? He himself said it in his press conference when he was hired. I got the call just a day back. That should tell you that Barcelona and the upper management were quite clueless. Kern, he rightly mentioned, Abhishek, that it is about Messi. But it is slightly also beyond Messi, right? Because the rebuild was happening. Koeman right now becomes a man with no plan. His star player probably going. Suarez, he's already told he can leave. It's a disgruntled squad completely, right? If I look at this as Messi and the players, it's a big problem now. It's not just one guy.
I think it's a complete overall, right? And before I get into that, I see this saga moving one of two ways. One, I still believe this could very easily just become, Bartomeu getting sacked. The other sort of coming in, maybe someone, who...
I believe Bartomeu's already resigned, no?
It's not been confirmed. Yeah.
Okay.
So I see this going one of two ways. One is, Bartomeu resigns. Whoever else comes in to replace him sort of placates Messi. Things go his way. They stay on, and then that thing continues. The second side of this is Messi actually leaves, and then there's a whole other rebuild that happens around this. Now, when this rebuild comes in, I think either way it's much needed. This rebuild, whether Messi stays or goes, either way is much needed. And honestly, as Sharang was mentioning, right, that the 8-2 could potentially be something that they needed to get this kick. If had they lost in the finals, would this have happened? Maybe not. And then maybe they just continued one more season with half a squad just there. As you said, I mean, they've spent the money. It's not like they haven't spent the money. They've spent the money.
They identified an issue because, like Abhishek mentioned, unfortunately, you look at the likes of Chelsea, who knew they had to rebuild this summer. They took it by the scruff of the neck. They got the players. Barcelona have not spent, and they clearly have no wage imbalance issues because they got 220 million from Neymar sale alone. They balanced it out. So that's not the issue.
So on paper, they signed the exact right players that they had to. Right, they got now they've done again. This become a problem with the Arthur and Pjanic switch, but they had the right players there. So I don't think there was that big a problem. There was more problem where people, some of the fans are saying Messi, he just made it too much of him and Suarez didn't sort of take Griezmann under his wing or try and develop him. Similar problems maybe with Dembele there, with
Neymar had a similar problem. Yep.
Exactly.
So I think this, I think in a larger picture, I know it sounds very, very, very weird. But in a larger picture, for 10 years down the line, Messi leaving now might actually help Barca rebuild a core that depends on the football and not just on a player.
Yeah. Sharang, I want to bring it back to you immediately. Yeah, I can see you want to talk about it. But it's a very good point, Con, hit the nail on the head there, about the fans actually. And then you can tell me about what you want to talk about because I know you really want to. The fans were the ones who actually wanted Valverde sacked because they didn't like his pragmatic style of play. But you must remember, Barcelona were top of the league in January. The problem did kind of start with Bartomeu actually listening to the fans and sacking the coach. So do you feel somewhere the way the fans expect the club to play has a big say on the board taking the right decisions also, right?
So we have come with a legacy of, let's say, over a decade of the midfield that was taken by Busquets, Xavi and Iniesta, and that baton has not been passed very well. Messi is 33. In the last couple of seasons, we've not seen Messi the way he was maybe 2 or 3 years back. He's still scoring those fantastic goals. But let's say he's got 2 years left in him. One great year, maybe if he pulls out like the fitness. So if there needs to be a rebuild, there cannot be a rebuild with Messi. There has to be a rebuild without him. There has to be a rebuild up front. But my problem with the club, and when we say that we are more than a club, which is what Barcelona is known for, Messi has been an icon not only of the club, of the city, of the whole Catalonia, just like Gerard Piqué as well. When he talks about La Masia, I think the next year we might win a treble and we'll be laughing about this. Maybe we'll do some shopping like how Chelsea's done. Maybe we can pull it out because it's Barcelona at the end of the day. But what I'm bringing at is the legal battle that is currently going on, 700 million, which was his release clause in June. The way the club is currently handling that and has handled that in the last 5 years, that is the big problem. If we are more than a club, then right people correctly pointed out, if he wants to go, I think it's time for him to go because he spent so many years here. He was picked up by the academy as a kid and he has done everything about it. So I think that the club needs to handle it professionally, which I don't think they've been doing for the last few years.
I think you very well rounded that point.
I disagree with what Sharang is saying, only because I still think Messi is the kind of player who easily has another 5 years of football in him, right? According to me, it's a personal opinion, especially in the La Liga, especially in a setup like Barcelona. I think he's easily got 5 years left in him at the very best, at the very top. I still think that they're taking too much of a gamble. Irrespective of whether Messi wants to leave, it's too much of a gamble to say that, it's time for Messi to move. The transition needs to happen without him. No, I think there's a bigger transition that's pending in Barcelona's midfield. Vidal, Rakitic, Busquets, the wingers, Dembele, Griezmann. I think that transition can happen, but that has to happen with Leo Messi. I just feel that this could easily become so bad for them. They could just go upside down, not compete for the top honors for the next 5-6 years. And somewhere I feel, Barca are screwing up big time by letting Leo Messi go. And whatever has happened, I don't think it's going to hold them well.
I agree with what you were going to say because that's what I was going to say to round it off. that the problem with the midfield was identified actually towards the end of Enrique's tenure, which is why he was saying, I'm tired of this job, because the fans and the board were after him because they were like, this is not Barcelona. We play in the midfield, not the front three. MSN was big that time, but he was like, hey, I'm getting you the trophies. What's the problem? So the board identified that the midfield was the problem. Sharang said that, and you're saying it too. The rebuild, though, had to happen around Messi back then, and it's happening right now. Let's hypothetically say Messi will leave. And I think it looks good. Odds are Man City, Pep Guardiola reunion, right? Simple as that. Or, like Abhishek mentioned, rebuilding, another club's doing that. Pirlo, Juventus, Ronaldo. 4 players have already been culled on heavy wages at Juventus. Man, as a footballing fan, a fan of football, I want to see that, right?
Oh man, I mean Ronaldo and Messi in the same team would just be, oh god, like how do you even handle that? No, I think realistically, I mean for me, if he does leave, I still say that I don't see this. I still think that Barca will do anything to keep him. And as Abby said, it does make sense to build a rebuild around him, right? Because the position area is his is not a problem, the others are. Anyway, I think I think PSG and Man City seem most likely for me. If just in terms of the kind of money that's will be involved and the kind of just how much will go into it, I think PSG and Man City are the only realistic ones. I know there's Abby, as you can see, Abby's going crazy. There's a lot of United fans, obviously, who wouldn't, right? But I just I just want to say financially, any club getting him will make sense. No matter what salary he comes at, you will make that back
in 1 month.
Just by the value.
In 1 month.
Yeah.
You will just get just 1 month.
Sharang showing the jersey sales. Obviously, the jersey sales.
So one thing I want to just correct everyone, Karan, because we are the football pundits. So it's a myth that you recover transfer fees and jersey sales. Jersey sales go to the kit manufacturer. It goes to Adidas. The only money that the club makes is the deal with Adidas. So, for example, I'm just putting this out there because it's a myth that a lot of us sort of live with. That's all. I just think the ROI is on the pitch. Imagine United get Messi tomorrow. The return on investment is what Messi will do for this Manchester United side.
See,
uplift the entire squad.
But if you're chasing that, I'll say Sancho number 7, Messi number 11, take both.
No, so my thing is, what I'm trying to say is, even outside of football, financially, just economically, people will say that, oh, but we can't afford him. He will pay you back economically. Forget on the field, he will.
Right.
You'll pay you back.
Adidas might pay half the deal, yeah?
By sponsors that will come in with him, man. The moment you get someone like Leo Messi on your thing, the amount of new sponsors that will come in, everything, all of that just sort of comes into it. And
can you just imagine the number of meetings that are happening about this Messi transfer across the globe? There are Arabs sitting in conference rooms or on Zoom calls talking about, like the Newcastle deal will be back on. Maybe, look at City. I think there was a phone call. Apparently, a journalist from ESPN spoke about a phone call that Messi made to Neymar saying that let's go to City. That reunion might take place. Can you imagine what's going to happen? In my opinion,
Tarang, I'll tell you, the Glazers don't know about this news yet. Knowing the way they operate, they still don't know Messi's decided to quit Barcelona.
Up for sale.
Glazers are still busy buying all the fax machines to think that that's what works for them in the transfer market.
They're renegotiating Rojo's contract.
I feel that knowing him, knowing what he's spoken in press conferences so far, I think that the Premier League will be the league for him if he decides to move on. I'm still hoping that he still dons the Blaugrana next year as well. But if not that, then I still think that the Premier League is his next move. So I don't think Juventus will happen. I don't see PSG happening as well. I do see one of the Manchester clubs. Maybe Frank Lampard has, wanting to extend his shopping budget a little more than what he has already. So things like that are going to be interesting. That's going to be possible. And with 3 other FPL fans right here, can you imagine you'll have one captain across 38 game weeks?
No, then I'm quite sure all our midfielders will be 6.0 and Messi at 20 something, right? So I think we've discussed as much as we could about Messi's possible destination, him staying. And we didn't mention one thing though, which I'll put in my closing comments. Poor old Ronald Koeman, he got his dream job in the worst possible scenario, right? How your dreams can become nightmares so quickly, he can probably tell you. So thank you so much for tuning in. Let us know what you think about the Messi saga. Drop your views in the comments. Hit us up on Twitter, all our social medias wherever possible. Hit Sharang up as well. Troll him a bit, make him feel a little bad about Messi leaving. He looks quite happy already, apparently. So we will see you in the next episode. Cheers.